Reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, a early morning commute on Eastern New Providence turns deadly for young female motorists. A local institution doing its part to preserve and protect the local environment. And in sports, Jazz Chisholm moves back to second base. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition starts now. Good evening, I'm Desmond Saunders. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Thanks for joining us. The Yamacraw shoreline, the scene of a deadly crash early Saturday morning. Police say the driver of a black Honda Fit was traveling east on Prince Charles Drive around 2 a.m. Saturday morning when she plunged her car into waters near the Eastern and Yamacraw Road intersection.
Police control received a call about a vehicle that would have been in the waters just east of Prince Charles and the Yamacraw intersection. On arrival of the scene, officers would have discovered the body of a female floating in the waters along with a black Honda-type vehicle. EMS was contacted, and on arrival of the scene, they also discovered that this body was lifeless.
Second in command of the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, Corin Jennings, says a female fatality believed to be in her early 20s sustained multiple injuries to the upper body. No motive yet for this incident. Jennings now making this appeal to motorists.
When traversing in this area, you need to have caution and pay attention as this area is poorly lit. The police will then have a conversation with Ministry of Works to have this problem rectified.
Morning commuters and residents watched as the body of the victim and her black Honda Fit was retrieved from waters near the shoreline. The father of the mother's two children on the scene, visibly distraught as he now comes to grips with this ordeal. Area Member of Parliament Adrian White disturbed over this incident.
This is one of the treasures of Eastern New Providence, one of the treasures of New Providence. So what we're going to have to do is insist that Ministry of Works takes measures to erect some sort of barricade to assist vehicles or prevent vehicles from entering the water again. And at the end of this intersection, there's a street light, but as you come further across the asphalt, there are no further street lights. So if you're just driving in a straight line in a straight road and you don't see that the road has come to an end because there's no lighting, you can continue on the path that you're accustomed to, and regrettably this vehicle has entered that water and the woman has lost her life.
No police hoping to use closed-circuit television to solve this latest incident. Police on the island of Andros arresting two males ages 55 and 22 for a quantity of marijuana. Police say sometime around 9:30 p.m. Friday, February 28th, officers armed with a search warrant searched a single-story building and conducted a search of a single-story building where they seized drugs along with cash. The two male occupants, a Jamaican and Bahamian, were taken into custody and are assisting police with investigations. Well, a new enforcement unit launched to crack down on environmental crimes. The recently formed Bahamas Wildlife Enforcement Network teaming up with the Royal Bahamas Police and Defense Force to monitor and enforce environmental infractions. Commander Desiree Connolly of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force now heads a new unit. She spoke about her new role and is sending a stern warning to violators.
We have now been boots on the ground. We have actively enforcing. We've been issuing warnings, cease and desist orders, and spot fines. And for damage to coral reef, for those of us involved with anchoring, that's $20,000 spot fine. Commencing project works without the approval of a certificate of environmental clearance, that's $10,000. So these aren't small fines. The thrust behind this is to show that the Bahamas government is responsible, and we are committing, we're showing that we have their full support in executing our mandate.
National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, calling for greater community involvement in the crime fight. Speaking at the weekly office of the Prime Minister's press briefing, Monroe referenced a viral video which sparked outrage across social media this week.
We all saw two young men harassing another young man who seemed to be special needs. Many persons forwarded that video to me. By the time that I forwarded to the Commissioner of Police, she was able to report that the mother of the two young men, having seen the video, brought her children to the police. And the police were able to set the mothers and the boys down and to solve that issue. The point that I make is very simple. That was a mother who took responsibility and acted when she saw the default of her two sons.
Now making this appeal.
When you go around talking about what the police should do, what the government should do, what the church should do, what the school should do, what you are trying to do is absolve yourself from the responsibility of doing something about it yourself. So as a Bahamian, anytime I'm outraged, I have to focus on what I can do. And that's what crime-free looks like me means.
Overall, Bahamas Defense Force moving towards becoming what is Commodore Dr. Raymond King calls a capability-based design organization that has been unfolding for the past 5.5 years.
Annually, you'll have executive meetings, you'll have synchronization workshops, and it has to be aligned with the mutual benefits of the United States government and our government. It has to be a mutually beneficial document, and plans are made in terms of the type of assistance, security cooperation assistance we get. It's training, it's equipment, it's exercises, senior leaders engagement. So there are a number of security types. There is a plan that is being unfolded, and we have functional working groups who meet monthly in the execution of that plan.
Well, still to come, the grouper season now in full swing. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. There's more after this.
Whether you're crossing borders or navigating busy airports, with BTC's reliable data roaming, you're always in touch. In a fast-paced world, staying connected is key. Don't miss important moments. Stay connected effortlessly with BTC wherever your journey takes you.
Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
Dozens of cooperative members throughout the Bahamas made their way to the capital for the first post-pandemic conclave under the theme Cooperatives, a viable option for community and economic empowerment.
What we hope to get out of this is for more development in the cooperative. We are into community development. We are strong on that. We are strong on cooperation among people. So what we hope to get out of this is that people be more mindful of cooperative. We want some exposure. We need people to see what we're doing. We want to impact communities. We want to impact.
Attendees were treated to a number of insightful lectures on an array of different topics. Chairman of the Advisory Committee of Cooperatives, Rudy Sawyer, shares his hopes coming out of this conclave.
The event today, we have been sort of invited to by the Department of Cooperatives to organize this first cooperative conclave, which has brought together a number of different cooperatives throughout the country. So I'm looking forward to actually the participation, and whatever comes out of here as the advisory committee is going to be important for, particularly as the chairman, to meet and to understand what the concerns are of the cooperatives throughout the country.
The National Advisory Committee of Cooperatives was recently appointed and met with Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister Jomo Campbell. Sawyer adds that this conclave will help to focus the committee's efforts.
So this does give me, as the chairman, and members of my committee, subsequently the opportunity to now get feedstock for what our work is all about.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. Safety first.
Well, welcome back. The long-awaited open season for the Nassau Group has officially begun, and local fishermen eager to return to waters after months of restrictions. While many expressed excitement, others shared their frustrations over the challenges the closed season brings. West Alex Forbes shares more.
It's now the 1st of March, and the grouper season is open. We're looking forward for the boats to bring them in, and the customers to come down, the purchasers. We're looking forward to clean them as well.
But the price is going up.
All depends on the size. You maybe could find a grouper from $40 and up to $150, depending on the size and looking at the size of your pocket.
To be honest, it's a relief because for a lot of the fishermen, especially the small Bahamian fishermen, it is something that it's our staple. It's our staple product. And for 3 months, we wasn't able to do anything with it per se. Now, it's open today, so it's left for us to try and catch the last part of the season to see if we can pay up some bills and, you know, put a couple of dollars in our pocket.
It's good that it's open season, and a lot of the guys that really depend on grouper, they could go out and make money for their families. I had to stop catching grouper because I can't afford to stop working for 3 months and wait for the grouper season to open up.
The closed season, which typically runs from December 1st to February 28th, is designed to protect Nassau groupers during their peak spawning period. The Nassau grouper, a prize catch in local water, has been under strict protection for years due to the decline in population.
We are our archipelago. We're surrounded by water. There's aspects of fishing that haven't even been touched. And I think that government need to get more stakeholders involved to help and grow this industry.
Our oceans can't be fished out. We have some of the most pristine reefs. We have some of the most diverse species of fish. We've got just about everything here. We've got just about everything here. We don't capitalize on it, but we've got it. As a matter of fact, have you ever watched Deadliest Catch, where the guys get the big crabs? Yes. We even have crabs that rival those.
Despite these challenges, officials and fishermen stress that the long-term benefits outweigh the short-term difficulties. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Alex Forbes.
Several students from Xavier's lower school turning trash into treasure. The school launched a new environmental initiative encouraging students to recycle trash. STEM coordinator Phoenicia Smith says going green isn't just a trend, it's a way of life.
Xavier's has introduced STEAM into our school community, which is science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. So our first initiative, we decided to coincide with our Eco Club, as well as our Student of the Year, to reduce, reuse, and recycle, pretty much creating a greener environment and planet for our students. We want them to know and realize that they're not too small to make a big difference.
Now leading this charge for the school's STEAM primary school project, Student of the Year Victoria Heiler, whose student platform is environmentally centered. She shared her inspiration.
Every time that I came to school, I would always pass a bunch of garbage, and every time I saw it, I would always get mad and think why people would do that. I hope that other students, when I leave, that other students will also want to change our school premises for a cleaner place.
Scores of Pentecostal believers from the region convening in the capital for the 76th Annual General Convention of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands Council of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World. It's a major summit examining key spiritual issues of the Christian faith. Diocesan Bishop Dr. Anthony Farrington.
This declaration calls us to spiritual readiness to engage in the work of kingdom with determination and boldness. We recognize that the church is not just a place of worship, but a force for transformation in our communities and nation.
Convention taking place at Transformation Ministries International on Carmichael Road. It's set to feature a variety of dynamic speakers and interactive workshops, providing attendees with an opportunity to discover what Diocesan Bishop Anthony Farrington says is their spiritual purpose.
The entire Bahamas. This is a momentous time in the life of our organization as we celebrate 76 years of Christian witness. And the Lord is leading us in this time to witness it during this week of service in reference to what we are presently experiencing in this country and in this nation. It's time for war. And this time for war is a powerful theme that the Lord is leading us to speak on. And we want everyone to come with a spirit of expectation and to receive what the Lord is saying.
Well, the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition continues with sports.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas President of the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Planning the execution of a newscast is serious business. From the assignment to the concept of the story, everything has to be precise, on point, always. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report, is your trusted news service. We get it right the first time. Our preparation for you each night is done with care, knowing that our voices will reach you on 700 islands and keys with unquestionable accuracy. It gives me great pleasure each night to say, welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. I'm your national anchor, Mukesh Lapinder.
Welcome to your Saturday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports, college basketball news on the women's side. You'll have McPhee McCoy and Ray McCollins and the Ole Miss Lady Rebels in their final homestand of the season. They would put forth a strong effort, but they would fall to number 6 South Carolina, 75-59. The Rebels blocking 9 Gamecock shots, the most South Carolina has given up all season. But unfortunately, that would not be enough. Coach Yo speaking post-game.
I mean, when you play the number 2, the number 6, the number 5, the number 14, the number 15, when you play those teams, you have to leave it all on the floor, and you have to play your best basketball. The margin of error shrinks, and the only way you can make it up is with incredible belief and incredible fight. So, you know, it's a reason why South Carolina's only lost 2 games. And if we want to be able to, you know, beat these teams, then we have to play for 40 minutes. Disappointed by the effort. The lapses, you know, felt like we quit in the fourth quarter. That's a reflection of me, I guess. So I got to look and see why we decided to do that in that space. You know, we need people to show up, and that just wasn't the case tonight.
On the men's side, BJ Edgecombe and Baylor taking on conference rivals Cincinnati, looking nothing like the team that only made 1 field goal in the first half. They would rally in the second to eventually take a 2-point lead, but ultimately they would not be able to hold on, falling to the Bearcats 69-67. BJ pouring in 18 in the loss.
And, I mean, be able to make shots feels good, but at the end of the day, you want to win, so... I mean, this don't matter if we don't win. That's the main thing for me. Like, if I could do something else that was going to contribute to us winning, then that's what I'd be more excited for.
Well, I know you got to go on a little bit more in the second half. What was the difference in the second half?
Just being more aggressive, like Coach said, getting the right shots. I won't try not to shoot no bad shots. So, you know, like Coach said, just getting the right shots.
Jazz Chisholm had a career year last season for the New York Yankees, playing the third base position. And although it appeared seamless, the Yankees intend to move the 27-year-old to his natural position at second base this upcoming season, is according to Yankees manager Aaron Boone, who says he wants Chisholm to play in a more permanent position going forward. Bronx Bombers acquired Chisholm right ahead of last year's deadline. He got off to a scorching start in the Big Apple. He played 46 games for New York and hit .273 with 48 hits, 11 homers, 23 RBIs, and 18 stolen bases. Let's look at your sports on this Saturday. A check on weather when we return.
Impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We love to brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, white tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be proud. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales at CBS Bahamas and the CBS Pro Store. Not only do we guarantee the best prices on all your favorite building materials, but we're proud to offer the best delivery program in all of Nassau. Whether you buy 1 box of screws or a truckload of plywood, island-wide delivery is just $5. And for our Family Island customers, we're proud to offer complimentary drop-off to the mailboat of your choice. Visit us today at the CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road and check out our website to set up your next delivery.
Here in the Caribbean region, our climate is changing, resulting in intense heat as temperatures soar. This increase in temperature is having a significant impact on our energy sector.
With the increase in temperatures, we, of course, are expecting
an increase in the use of electricity or cooling, etc. So there's an increased demand on the utility companies to, provide for that overload on their systems.
The hotter it gets, the more energy need there is for cooling among the population, but also the harder it becomes for energy, for electricity to be produced. So the efficiency of electricity production is typically also lower when it's really hot.
But there are ways we can help. Simple actions can make a big difference.
There are certain measures that we can take to make sure that we mitigate some of the possible impacts, such as using LED bulbs.
It's up to all of us to take proactive steps. Stay informed and prepared. Together, we can weather this storm. For more information and updates, follow CIMH on X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Saturday, March 1st at 7:30 p.m. Tune into the ZNS Television and Radio Network for the official launch of the Coalition of Independence Vision 2030. Saturday, March 1st, live at 7:30 p.m. right here on the ZNS Network.
The Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting is partnering with the Bahamas Christian Council to help build stronger Bahamian families.
I believe that our ultimate experience in living begins with God and family.
Our purpose is to facilitate, guide, inspire, and equip you to have a better life.
And a strong family foundation begins with each of us trying to become better individuals.
Let's unite for a stronger Bahamas.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, the heartbeat of the nation, leading Bahamians from dependency to self-sufficiency to economic empowerment.
Time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Desmond. Another pretty nice day around the islands. A few clouds outside of our studios with a temperature of 77 degrees. Now, your relative humidity stands at 76%. Easterly winds at 5 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,014.6 millibars. That's 29.97 inches. And your temperatures around the islands are somewhat homogeneous in the extreme northwest. 77s in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Tool Key, and in Marshall, Barbacoa. The Berry Islands, 1 degree up at 78. Alisson, Bimini, 75, 77 in Hopper Island. Roxanne, Eleuthera, 80 degrees, 78 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Kemp's Base on Andros, Black Point, Exuma at 80 degrees. Artisan, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rum Key, 81 degrees. Georgetown, Exuma, also 81. 82s in Ryan Island, Cloud Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 84. Acklands, 84. Matthew, Tananagua, 81. And the Turks and Caicos Islands also round out our temperature profile at 81 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight in the northwest and central islands, you can anticipate light and variable winds with flat seas. High tide will occur at 8:58 tonight. And then for the southeast Bahamas, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. And then on Sunday, for all areas, we have a frontal system that will push through Sunday morning. Those winds will swing out of the northwest behind that front. Speeds around 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide on Sunday, 9:17 in the morning with a low tide at 3:33 in the afternoon. And our satellite pictures showing a little low-level trophy just passing through the capital, and that will provide a little bit of clouds as much of it hangs over the open waters of the Atlantic. From boundary approaching central Florida, this will move into the northwest Bahamas tomorrow morning, practically unnoticed, so it will maintain the nice cool nighttime temperatures that we are currently experiencing. Partly cloudy, a little warmer tonight with a low temperature temperature is 71 degrees. And tomorrow, we are looking at partly sunny, quite pleasant, with a high temperature climbing to 79 degrees. Extended weather forecast over the next 7-day cycle. We're going to be in the upper 70s right through Tuesday, and then we start getting a little toasty as we head into the middle part of the week, with temperatures getting as high as 85 degrees. Desmond.
Thanks, Basil. That ends Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching. Have a good night.
At the Sydney Poitier Bridge, I'm Kaylin Green. This is ZNS.
The following is a paid political broadcast by the Coalition of Independents.